Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back to Crystal Lee's Chance channel. My name is Crystal Lee and welcome to a Chancer Chat. I'm feeling witchy as fuck today. Chancer Chats are where I pretty much talk about different topics of life, reflective questions, anything that I think it could help someone switch their mindset to bridge the gap from the life they have to the life they want. And today's topic is about how to collaborate with your inner child, who I must say picked this outfit out today, and as I was putting it on I was like pretty skeptical about it, but she was like, no, trust the process. So I trusted it, and it's getting me lit. I'm really happy. So grab your water, grab your coffee, grab your tea, or just put me in the background to hear my voice and do what you need to do, because we're about to get into it. Where's my journal? Okay, so had to get my little lovely journal. Oh, it's upside down. Isn't it beautiful? Freaking love it. Okay, moving on. I'm actually gonna start today's Chancer Chat off by reading an excerpt from my journal. I think it'll help with the message that I want to convey today. So I wrote it on June 1st. Where were we? That's right, in the pit of despair. Please let me know you know where that reference is from. Please comment down below if you know where that reference is from, because it will just make my day. Okay, so I wrote this on June 1st, 2021, this year, obviously. And it was right when I moved into my apartment. I read a tweet briefly talking about the inner child and reparenting it, and a thought crossed my mind. I believe moving to this city was a desire set by my inner child. I grew up in New York, moved to New Jersey in the 7th grade, and then to PA in college, Pennsylvania. And I always remembered making a statement that I will find my way back to the city. I am in Philly now, not New York City, but still a city. I believe city life was a desire for my inner child because she feels at home. A city is a place that you can feel a part of something and separate at the same time. She loves the hum of construction, machinery, and other cars and trucks. I feel like I know how to navigate here, whereas other places felt like a consistent struggle to find footing, to feel grounded. This reminds me that the desire you may have is something worth going for. It allows you to integrate and come back to yourself. Love that for me. But I read that because it kind of helped me realize that sometimes the desires that you have are of that of your inner child, who still longs to live a life that they have not yet lived, to participate in activities that they never got to participate in when they were little. Your inner child never really goes away. And even though some people say that you grew up or you grew out of your childlike behavior, I don't think that you grew out of it. I just think that you successfully found a way to quiet your inner child. Quiet the parts of you that still want fun and joy. And not adult fun and joy, but things like a child deems fun and enjoyable. Things that feel comfy, cozy, and easy. Your inner child wants to live this life just as much as you do. I have found that through my own exploration and collaboration with my inner child, together we help each other curate a life that's amazing and enjoyable. To get to the point of collaborating with your inner child and letting them be a vocal team member, you have to first pinpoint where it is that you quieted or fired them in the first place. From a young age, I realized that who I naturally was as a child and the things that I liked had to change to be more accepted. I had to be less bothersome, less of a burden, to be less sensitive or less loud. I learned just to be less. I learned that what I wanted didn't matter, not because they weren't important, but because the people I was asking, but the people I wanted these things from did not have the capability to give them to me. These could be physical or emotional things. This was knowledge that I took with me into my teenage years and had taken into my adult years as well. I wanted and accepted less from everyone to be a better daughter, a better friend, better coworker, and better employee. To be even more detailed, I ended up wanting less from life to be a better human being. In the spots in my life, I wanted love, physical, emotional intimacy, but I couldn't get it. So I convinced myself that I didn't need it because it was asking for too much. I needed to be heard when I was sad, angry, or even happy, but my emotions were too much, and some did not have the capacity to hear me or hold space for me. So I quieted my emotions. Even the happy ones. When I was hella excited over something others deemed simple, it was like the excitement did not matter to them, so it ended up not mattering to me either because it felt like I was being stupid. Sometimes I want to take a rest or a nap, but the world looks poorly upon people who want to rest. They look poorly upon people who don't want to do as much work as other people. They see them as procrastinators or lazy. I didn't want to be seen in that negative light. I wanted to be accepted. So I became a hard, reliable worker. I was seen as a good person in doing that. And that actually bled into my people-pleasing behavior because being a people pleaser gave me the acceptance and attention that I needed. And that actually, that replaced the love that I didn't get. It was a vicious cycle, but I can talk about that certain statement in a different video. If you want to, please let me know down below. Kids are full of a lot of these needs. When they are not met or deemed to be inconvenient, the child knows. The child becomes a teenager who thinks that what they want and what they need is not important. The teenager becomes an adult who thinks what they want and what they need is not important. And that adult becomes a parent who does not know how to meet the needs of their own kids. And it's a vicious cycle. So to begin working with the inner child and collaborating with them to curate an amazing life, you have to reparent them. You're gonna have to be the one to give them that care, attention, and love that they did not have when they were younger. They want to feel heard, loved, cared for, and feel protected, and you're gonna have to be the one to give that to them. Statements that have helped me in reparenting my child are statements like, I feel, I want, I don't. You know what would be fun? And I need. You write these statements down and you fill them in with what you feel, what you want, what you think would be fun, what you don't want, and what you need. I feel happy. I feel sad. I feel angry. And acknowledge those feelings in a way that have not been acknowledged before. Explain why you feel that way. Validate them. To validate your own feelings, you'll understand when somebody cannot validate your feelings. Another example would be like, I want a snack. I want a nap. Acknowledge the desires in that way that have not been acknowledged before. As an adult, I know sometimes you can't really take a nap whenever you feel like you want to take a nap, but you can schedule it in. Even when like you want a snack, eating your favorite childhood snack or your favorite meal makes you feel homey. Also, it helps your inner child feel loved and feel like their desire is met. It makes them happy, and in turn it makes you happy. And then another example would be, I don't want, or I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that, I don't want this, so on and so forth. Because as a child, you have things that you don't want to do, but I have realized that adults push children into doing a lot of things they don't want to do. Like, oh, go hug your aunt, oh, eat this is good for you, even though you don't want to. So you don't really have agency or governance over your own body and desires, and adults push you into doing something you don't want to do as a way to learn you something or to teach you something, when in fact kids really know how to navigate life themselves and navigate their own wants and desires if you just allow them to do so. Addressing what you do and do not want also helps collaborate with your inner child because it helps them feel heard as well. These small statements help give care to the inner child who was quieted for so long. And as your inner child starts to feel validated, the healing from that retroactively heals your teenage self and your adult self, because you then get to pinpoint and recognize when your inner child or yourself in general is just being quieted by others. You get to pinpoint the people, places, and things that don't honor who you are or who you want to be. Not everyone or everything has a capacity to give you everything you need, and that is fine. That's fine. It happens. Everyone has a different life, has different needs, has different things they grew up with, right? But what's not okay is letting someone else's shortcomings limit you. And as a side note, I just want to say, when it comes to like manifestation, since that's like a big word nowadays when people want to manifest things that they want, I am learning manifestations are just as much about saying no to the things you don't want as much as they are saying yes to things you do want. I think it's kind of like it's not wanting less or accepting less because you know that what you want is the biggest thing that you'll get, and the universe will give you what you want, if not better. But it cannot give you what you want if you keep accepting less because you're afraid that this is the best it'll get. That's another topic for another day, I think, because I can go through a hell of a lot of talking in a chance to chat with that statement by itself. But I just wanted to say, when you're saying no and you're honoring yourself and your inner child, you just get better and you do better. As you continue to care for your inner child, you start to let them take the lead. Your inner child's innocence, unconditional love, joy, and fun is what allows you to create a life that is filled with those things in tandem with the adult desires as well. My inner child has led me to the city, and so far it has been an amazing experience. My inner child has led me to my old favorite movies that I used to love watching, that I feel so much joy in watching. It led me to my old talents of singing or painting or writing. She leads me to so much joy in my life because that's what she knows. She doesn't know hard work. She doesn't know rise or grind. She doesn't know money. She doesn't know anything that's really harsh that we have learned as an adult. And in letting her take the lead a lot, I find joy. And when you find joy, you find power. And in that power, you can curate a powerful, purposeful, and joyful life. So, where do you think your inner child will lead you if you let them? I hope this video helped, and I hope the statements and exercises that I talked about helped you. If you have been able to interact with your inner child and really let them lead in a way that I have not said or talked about, please let me know in the comments below. Let other people know in the comments below, because this community, I want to grow and help each other get back to the playfulness of life, get back to curating the life that they want. And I don't have all the answers, so something that has helped you that I have not said can help somebody else. So again, put it in the comments and let me know. And that's it. I think collaborating life with your inner child and getting back to the innocence and joyfulness of life really helps you take the chance you have at life and make it the best, because you're not limiting yourself. You're not seeing life as harsh, and you're honoring who you are and honoring the child within you. And that's fucking beautiful. Until the next chat, see you later. Bye.